Follow the money.
That's what I always say. You always follow the money.
Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard on VSiN.
Welcome back, Pauly and Marc Malusis, VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. NBA schedule dropped today. For more on this, we talked to the great Frank Isola at the Frank Isola on X on the Progressive Guest Line. You know him from PTI and SiriusXM NBA radio, starting lineup Monday through Friday, 7 to 10 a.m. with Scalabrini. Does an excellent job, and he joins us now. First thing, Frank, appreciate the time. Great triple header to start with the schedule, and the league got it right with LeBron taking on the Knicks as they raised the banner.
Yeah, I think, obviously NBC's got a lot. They get first dibs on which teams are going to play. And remember when LeBron was deciding what to do and Adam Silver had come out and said, I wish you'd kind of hurry up.
Yes.
Because we want to kind of get on with the schedule here. So that was NBC's choice, obviously. I always thought from a Knick point of view, and I get it, NBC's only looking at it from a national point of view. But I think for the Knicks to have Boston be in their building while they're raising a banner would be pretty cool. I think, having Pat Riley and Miami Heat there would be pretty cool. Indiana's been a rival for how many years now? 25, really, or more than 30 years. And Indiana got to the final the year before. So I always thought that one of those teams, and just wait a little bit for LeBron. Because, anytime LeBron comes into your building, it's a big deal. I mean, it's going to be huge anyway. And obviously they're going for the ratings on opening night. My only thing is I think they would have gotten it anyway with, either Giannis and Miami coming in or Boston coming in.
Frank, one on Philadelphia. How do you think it looks? Paulie and I were talking a little bit earlier on. Do you think this works with the way that this team, Brown, James, Embiid, Edgecombe, Maxey, do you think it works for Nick Nurse?
The one thing is, LeBron obviously won championships. Jaylen Brown's been to the finals, won a championship. Nick Nurse coached the championship team in Toronto. So they have a championship pedigree. A lot of times with these teams, when they get together that first year, it doesn't always go according to plan. Even you look at LeBron's first year in Miami, and they made it to the finals, but they were disappointing against Dallas and lost. So sometimes it takes a year. Hey, look at even the Knicks. They made two huge moves the season prior when in the summer they got Mikal Bridges, and right before training camp they got Karl Anthony Towns, and they made it to a conference finals. Then it was the following year that they won a title. So sometimes that's a factor. Embiid is always going to be, a 7-foot question mark. And Brian Scalabrine, who I do the show with, his big thing is, if you're going to have LeBron out there with Joel Embiid, you have two guys that aren't great defensive players. Now, LeBron has an excuse. LeBron's 41. Embiid just can't move. Embiid just can't move laterally very well, so that could be an issue.
Well, you said it earlier, too. I mean, no one's talking about the Pacers, and they knocked off the Knicks the 2 years when they were healthy and took OKC to 7. I'm fascinated by the depth of the East, and you've covered the league for a long time. I've never seen depth like this where 10 teams are odds-on favorites to make the playoffs. 2 of them won't even make it. Someone's going to be a 7 and 8 seed and be very disappointed.
No, I think you're right. And I think, Indiana was really good a couple of years ago. If you go back to when they made the finals, from January 1st on, they and Oklahoma City were the 2 best teams record-wise in the NBA. Coincidentally enough, they met in the NBA Finals. So Indiana, with Halliburton and Zubac that they have, and, Rick Carlisle's an outstanding coach. They'll be right in the mix. And then, you still have, Boston with Tatum. I still think they'll surprise. Just look at the Atlantic Division. I know people don't care about the division anymore, but you have the defending champs. You got LeBron and Jaylen Brown going to Philadelphia. We think Kawhi's going to Toronto. And, it's just, the Brooklyn Nets are the one team that you don't see as a playoff team. But the good thing is everyone's going to be trying to win this year. Last year, a lot of those crazy winning streaks that teams went on and some of those numbers that guys were putting up, including the Bam 83, when you look at the opponent, it was a little clunky to say the least.
Great point.
You're not going to get that this year. Teams are going to be trying, everybody's going to be trying to win, not just 20 teams. This year it'll be 30 teams.
Frank, out to LA with the Clippers and Kawhi Leonard. Odd story, strange story. Do you think Kawhi ends up remaining in Los Angeles? Do you think he ever plays for the Toronto Raptors?
I think he does. We're all still waiting to see what happens. What was weird was when Adam Silver had said a couple of weeks ago that it could last into 2027, which I find hard to believe. You got to remember something too. The two teams decided, let's just put the trade on hold, right? And I think they're kind of waiting to see what happens. I get the feeling that Kawhi is going to be suspended for a certain amount of games.
Okay.
Now, if it's 10, if it's 20, that's okay. If it's 50, then maybe Toronto says, why are we doing this deal?
Oh, yeah. Because if I have a future bet on Toronto, I can't. I'm livid right now. What could happen? And then there's a Pablo Torre dropping something every other week here.
I know it's amazing. It's coming up on a 1-year anniversary when that first story came out.
Yeah,
about aspiration. The other crazy thing too about the story is you have Brandon Ingram and Grady Dick kind of out there in limbo, just waiting to see what happens. So the whole thing, I can't believe the investigation is taking this long, and the longer it goes, it just doesn't look good for the Clippers in terms of maybe some type of fine or suspension for them. But remember this too, guys. Adam Silver really likes Steve Ballmer. Steve Ballmer's got a ton of money, more money than any other owner in the NBA. He built an arena in LA, so maybe he gets punished, but they ain't looking to kick Steve Ballmer out of the league, that's for sure.
Good point. And I know the Clippers have been adamant the whole time they did nothing wrong, but then these sources coming out and throwing the organization under the bus. How about it doesn't look good in Portland? I think I can't believe they voted this guy in to be an owner, El Cheapo, and what's going on. And for them to come out publicly and say, we'll pay the relocation fee and we'll double the value of the franchise. Please tell me the Blazers aren't going to move. What do you think, Frank?
I've been there for playoff games, and, it really has a bit of a small town feel to it. The people in Portland love that team. And there's such a great connection between the team and the city and its fan base. Out there in that part of the country, it's Oregon football. And then, the soccer team, the MLS team has done well. That kind of takes over the spring and the summer. But the Blazers are really important to that community. The one thing about the owner who also owns the Carolina Hurricanes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they won the Stanley Cup, and he did it on the cheap there. So unfortunately, he's in a position where he could say, oh, you guys think you know more than I do? Well, I just did it on the cheap in Carolina, and we won the Stanley Cup. But, hockey and basketball aren't the same. In hockey, I remember going to a playoff game a few years ago, and it was Alex Ovechkin and Sidney Crosby. I got to the game early. I wanted to see, everything they do before the game. And after the game, I'm looking at the box score really close. One guy played 20 minutes. The other guy played 19 out of a 60-minute game. So one player in hockey, I guess the goalie kind of doesn't really have the same impact as one NBA player can have on a team. So running a hockey team like a basketball team isn't going to work. And if they're thinking about relocating, I think for Adam Silver, it's got to be a little embarrassing because, a lot of guys want to own these teams. And, the NBA is the one that welcomed him in. Yeah. And if he does something like that they need Portland, they need Seattle in the NBA. That's what the league needs.
Frank, how about the head coach? How do you give your head coach such a give him a 1-year contract?
Nah, it's the whole thing isn't good. And and it puts Mike Inori, who's a really good guy, it puts him in a tough spot. Wherever coach you have in that situation, because you're waiting for a chance to become a head coach, and then if you only get you're being offered 1 year, are you going to turn it down? If you didn't play in the NBA and you've been an assistant coach for a long time, these opportunities don't come along very often. So you're kind of put in a position where you have to take it, and then you're just going to say, you know what? Hopefully I can prove myself. But think about it. You can have a great season. You can have a terrific regular season. And let's say late in the year, a key guy gets hurt, and down the stretch you go 2-8, and you end up finishing 10th or 11th, and all they have to do is point out, look at the way we finish, you're out. So it's really unfair. I feel badly for anybody in that situation, but it just looks like that whole thing in Portland is going to blow up at some time.
Totally agree. Big fan of your work. Thanks for a few minutes, and we'll make sure we check out your show on Sirius XM NBA Radio. Thanks, Frank.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Frank
You
Isola,
got it, Frank. Thank you.
ESPN, and also Sirius XM with Scalabrini. Check him Monday through Friday at the Frank Isola on X. That's it. He's right. He nailed it. It's an embarrassment. and why they let this guy come in. Come on now. You're worth billions of dollars. You're asking the city for money. You're asking the taxpayers to chip in. You make the outlandish, well, we'll just pack up and leave and double the value. You're not sending people to road playoff games. You're making sure people check out of the hotel by 11 o'clock. It's a circus, man.
Well, I mean, I think I was reading up on it, Paul. I think their lease expires after the 2030 season, something of that nature. They're looking for a $500 to $600 million renovation of the building up there in Portland. So, and, he has cut costs, left and right. And I understand that he had success down there in Carolina with the Hurricanes, and they just won the Stanley Cup. But one doesn't necessarily, it's not an apples to apples comparison, as Frank was just articulating. It just isn't. And how exactly do you have to expect a head coach to go out there, have any sort of authority in that locker room?
Right.
And you give them a 1-year contract. How does that work when you're dealing with guys making unbelievable amounts of money, and everything like that, and grab the ear of the team, set the culture of the organization, and you basically give them a 1-year prove-it deal? It's just terrible. That is no way to win. You're setting your team up to fail.
They let Kevin Calabro go. He's one of the best play-by-play guys ever in NBA. And they lowballed him, and then they cleaned out with all the announcers as well. Preseason football starts Thursday. Book your trip to Vegas. Winner Circle Proxy is VSiN's preferred proxy service. After your required in-person registration, they handle your weekly submissions. You can make your picks from anywhere. One trip to Vegas, play all season long. Schedule your appointment now, winnercircleproxy.com. A star player is back for the first time since July 18th, and a stud pitcher, first start since May 9th. We'll fill you in next, MLB card.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Stacked MLB card today. We're ready to go in a half an hour. Skeens, who's been awful. Fifth worst pitcher ROI, goes for the reeling Pirates, who have lost 6 series in a row. They are 8-15 since the break. They've lost his last 3 starts. He's got an ERA of 8, Moose. What has happened to this guy and this team?
Yeah, I don't know. It's been terrible. He's been awful. And it's interesting where you mentioned the ROI, because I think at some point in time you look at it and say you're going to lean into the talent, think, well, he's not going to be this bad again. And he ends up being that bad again. So it's almost like you're sitting there at the roulette table. Are you going with the streak, or are you going against the streak? So I think he is what he is. Especially this season. Listen, something's amiss. Something's a little bit off. I don't know if he's tipping pitches. I've heard that excuse before, but he's not necessarily the same pitcher that he was a year ago, or has been throughout the course of his early Major League Baseball career. And I would not be all that surprised if we get more of what we have seen here last handful of starts.
You want to come back with an over in the A's game? I like the Rays again. Martinez against Barnett. Yep. They're up to $1.80.
Yeah, I'm going to take the over.
Are you good?
Yeah, I'm going to take the over. That was an easy one last night. You had 16 runs scored between the two teams. That was an easy over, sitting there at 10. I'm going to come back with that one as well. I'm going to take the over. Offense plays out, especially out there in Sacramento.
7-0 on this road trip for Tampa. A's on a 9-34 run and an 8 spot in the 8th for the Rays to win and also cover the run line. And Martinez was filthy his last time out. Remember that total pitch prop that Kevin Rogers gave out with Nick Martinez, 21-1 to the under. It's offered at Hard Rock and maybe another book, hard to find, but total pitches in the game, 21-1 under run with the Martinez start. So you have that. And how about the number 1 pitcher ROI in baseball? It's Sagano with the Rockies, who he lost the last time out, but it's Bratt, who was great for Arizona and threw 7 solid last time. They're $1.70 at home. They're in the playoffs if they start today. They're 19-9 since July 9th, 21-4 against Colorado at home since 2023, and has an easy time of it. This might be a little steep, though, considering how good Sagano's been and that he's the number 1 pitcher in ROI. But looking at that track record, though, give them credit. They're hitting the ball. They're playing good ball, winning a lot of games, and they've been awesome at home as well during this stretch. Good season for Arizona.
Yeah, Snakes have been good. We hit upon them, Pauly, yesterday a little bit. There's no question about it. And maybe minus $1.72 is a little bit too rich to say that you're going to lean into it, but they're clearly the better baseball team. I think Colorado's run differential on the season, they're minus 119 They've been dreadful. You expected them to be dreadful on the year, and that's exactly what they have been. To me, it's stay away. The only way you're going to play is taking Arizona tonight, even with the favorable pitching matchup when you look at the success of the Colorado starter.
JJ likes San Diego. I think this Walker Buehler thing has to end. He's just getting a ton of run support, and Harrison was awesome his last time out and struck out 10 and 8 guys in a row. The Brewers, $1.20 on the road, total of 7.5. But right there, since July 17th, the Rays are 13-3. The Padres are 13-4. And this is going to be a great race there. Phillies, Diamondbacks, Padres. 2 will make it. 1 team will go home likely.
Yeah, and you think about it, people thought Preller was crazy at the MLB deadline, Pauly, that he was adding guys, and he went out there and added. And look at how this team's gone out there and responded. And even that was before they were playing quality baseball, before the MLB deadline about 8 days ago. So, I mean, I'm surprised I didn't necessarily see now they've had some guys in that lineup start to turn to the positive offensively when you're looking at Machado and others. So that's a big, we know how good their closer is. They've got the best reliever in all of Major League Baseball when you're looking at Mason Miller. So give San Diego a ton of credit because this is a stiff test against really record-wise coming into it, the best team in Major League Baseball with the Milwaukee Brewers.
Rutschman back, first time since July 18th. He's there for the Red Sox tonight. Cease has been awesome against them. He's a small home favorite. The Jays 7-3 against Boston this year. Cease 14 scoreless innings against Boston. Last 2 times out, he is the favorite. Daily specials plus 550, 6-1. Most strikeouts. Snell, his first start since May 9th. He's 280 at home against the Royals. KC 9-25 against lefties. 21 games under 500 on the road as well. And how about Ober and the Twins? Rogers only went 4 innings last night, which was bizarre. The Twins won 9-5 as Baltimore had been playing good ball. Ober 5-0 at home last 9 starts with a 2.72, but don't sleep on Young. He is top 5 ROI for pitchers in all of baseball. Baltimore's 15-4 in his starts. Total of 9 in the Twins game.
Yeah, Young's been good. 8-3 on the season, 3.43 ERA, 107 innings of work so far this season for the Baltimore Orioles. You're not wrong about that. Listen, you kind of sniffed it out yesterday, the line between the Orioles and the Twins when we were talking about it a little bit. It didn't necessarily go in terms of stylistically the way it went, but
Bramer was good again. I was shocked.
Yeah,
Bramer did good. Yeah.
He did pitch particularly well. So you look at the Orioles tonight, I would give them a puncher's chance, especially with how well they've played with Young on the mound and how well Young is throwing the ball tonight for Baltimore.
Chicago White Sox, 4th easiest remaining schedule. Still, they had that losing streak and didn't lose ground because Cleveland had all their issues. But you got to worry about Detroit now, only 3.5 back. The Reds have the most difficult schedule left. It's Burke against Lodolo tonight. Burke $1.40 at home. 2 earned runs or fewer, 9 games in a row. He's been awesome at home. The White Sox, incredible home road splits as well. They're so good at home. How about the White Sox here against Lodolo and the Reds? Are you going to take a piece?
Yeah, I would take the White Sox. You look at Cincinnati, it hasn't gone necessarily. I mean, they haven't been terrible, but last year they were obviously a playoff team for Terry Francona. He's one of the best managers in all of Major League Baseball. But you look at the Chicago White Sox at home this season, I mean, they're 36-22. I mean, they've been ridiculously good at home, and they're sitting atop that American League Central 3.5 games over the Minnesota Twins. But a wide open AL Central, I would favor the White Sox tonight, and I'll take a piece.
Okay, some player props, guys who have owned their pitchers going against guys tonight. Schwarber, 444 career against Palante. Lindor, 440 against Perez. Bichette, 467 against Perez. Hernandez, 545 against Waka. A Malinsky special for the Tigers. They went 7-2 on their 9-game road trip and thumped their opponents, outscoring them 66-17. Number 1 in starters, ERA going back. Only a game and a half back of the wild card, 3.5 games back of the White Sox, but they've been dominated, by the Guardians. They've lost 11 of their last 12. They're 0-6 against them this year. And Bybee, 5-0 with a 1.70 last 10 against Detroit. 2 earned runs allowed or fewer in all 10. And for whatever reason, they can't beat this team. And it's Drew Anderson for the Tigers, laying $1.35 at home.
Yeah, crazy. I wonder, you can't make it up. You mentioned about the Mets. How about the Mets 6-1 the last 7 games?
Yeah, and the runs, yes.
I mean, that is crazy when you look at a team that, paired basically everything in the kitchen sink off at the MLB deadline. And you mentioned Lindor is a remarkably streaky hitter. He really has been. Favorable matchup tonight against the Atlanta Braves. And the other aspect, favorable pitching matchup when you look at Nolan McLean on the mound tonight for the New York Mets as well. I would not be all that surprised with the vibes that are going on around the Mets. Listen, they're not going to dig themselves. Maybe they don't finish in dead last in the National League East, but they're not going to go on this unbelievable Herculean run. But give them credit for a team that was given up for dead. They played some of their better baseball over the course of last week.
Imanaga, $1.70 against Irvin on the road, two highest scoring teams in baseball. Cubs 35-16, second best record since June 11th. Irvin, 8.54 ERA against the Cubs in the last 6 starts. Mercy. Cubs should get healthy and eat there tonight. And a conundrum, quite the conundrum game with the Yankees. Weathers against Wu. Wu has been great at Yankee Stadium, but this year, terrible on the road, awesome at home. They've lost 7 straight road starts, and he's 0-6 with an ERA of 9. They've lost 19 of the last 28. Seattle starts a 9-game roadie tonight in New York against Weathers and the Yankees.
Yeah, and, Weathers has been good. Last 3 starts, I think he's only allowed 1 earned run. That's it for Ryan Weathers. So he's been really good. Starting rotation has not been an issue when you're looking at the New York Yankees. They could get a little healthier with Carlos Rodon on the mend as well. The issue for the Yankees is, are they going to score? I mean, that's the problem when you look at the Bombers, Pauly, is how much offense, what are they going to do with runners in scoring position? How many ducks on the pond are they going to get over the course of the game? But I think Weathers is going to pitch well tonight. I would not be all that surprised given the success that he's had at Yankee Stadium if Wu goes against the numbers he's shown on the road this year and pitches well tonight.
6 NFL games Thursday. Football's back and better than ever. Some of the best betting opportunities of the year start with the preseason. Check out Matt Human's depth charts. All the numbers and trends with Mackinnon that came out today. What an article. Oh, so many good nuggets in there. Sign up for VSiN Pro today. Get both our NFL and college football betting guides, team previews, power ratings, proven betting systems, and best bets from everyone, every show host, every guest, betting splits, AI-powered prop projections, the ML player props and total picks, 24/7 video on the VSiN Watch app. Start today, just $9.99. Get a full year and save 50% with a VSiN Pro annual subscription. Head to VSiN.com/subscribe now. VSiN.com/subscribe now. Our weekly visit with Derek Stevens up next. They're up over 8,000 entries in Circa Survivor. And what's going on here? Beauty pageants, runway shows. Someone hit $200,000 jackpots in the same day. We'll talk to Derek up next. Will he get into card collecting business as well after the flag card is as the $5 million bounty?
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Welcome back. Our weekly visit with owner, CEO of Circa, Golden Gate and the D, Derek Stevens. Time to talk contests and everything going on at Circa. You guys, you always, what a team you have. You're always thinking of something, creativity. So whether it's Slottapalooza, the night starts here at the gate. Now you're rolling out, was it Miss USA bikini pageant, which you had at Stadium Swim?
God, this is that funny. It all came together so nicely. The Bet Bash people, think about this. Bet Bash had their Stadium Swim event from 5 to 8 p.m.
Oh.
And then we had booked this Miss Grand USA event back a year or two ago.
Really?
At 8 o'clock, and they had to take over the whole screen. Well, you know what it's like when you have something to Stadium Swim from a certain time to the ending, closing time, never closes. It keeps going. So it was a bonus for all of those Bet Bashers.
Here's one picture. Go up on the Instagram. Check them out at Circa. The bodies are banging. I mean, it's just incredible. Phenomenal. Coming down the runway, and they're walking right up to people. If you have cabanas, you're right about the timing. Incredible.
Timing was unbelievable. This
is
is all about, I thought, oh, man, this is going to be great. You know, the reason why the Bet Bash guys did it then, 5 to 8, was because it was tying up. They're going up there because it was the Hall of Fame game. Like, Hall of Fame game, you usually get about 14 points, maybe.
Yeah.
Now we got a shootout, game of the year already, that type of thing, and then boom, right into the bikini contest.
So where are we at with the contest, and how you feeling about pace? We're over 8,000 now for Circa Survivor.
Yeah, I mean we're tracking pretty nice. I mean over 8,000 Circus Survivors. So that's trending. We're up about so far, 60% up. So
Wow.
it's trending well. I don't think we'll keep that pace up, but certainly.
What are they saying back there? What are the projections?
Everybody's got an opinion.
I got that. I heard 25,000 yesterday.
Boy, that'd be
What do you think of
something. I don't know. Can you believe it?
No.
Oh my
I can't.
God, I can't believe it.
No. And the documentary's been great. I still have PTSD from the last episode, but what happened with the Rams on Thursday? Williams fumbles at the 1 and the DeMarcado dropping the ball at the 1 yard line. What are your thoughts on the documentary?
Documentary's been real good. I mean, it had a lot of comments. I mean, the episode 4 drops tomorrow.
Yep.
It drops. It's the Thanksgiving Day episode, which
phenomenal.
Which is going to have a lot of content. That's for sure. So, yeah, no, documentary's been good. For people that have watched it before, they kind of know how we play out. Kind of summarize the season. But for the people that watch it for the first time, they kind of get a little FOMO, which is what we want. We want people to come on out and participate.
Watch the episodes of VSiN Live also at YouTube. Catch up if you're behind. And get to CircleLasVegas.com, plan your trip, get your proxies, and buy the NFL schedules that are out as well. Did the same person hit 2 large jackpots in the high limit?
I saw your text earlier, Paul, and I didn't have time today to go verify that. I saw the one.
They sent it out on social. Yeah.
The same person?
Yes.
Okay.
It was a dragon link, and then he hit something else. I don't know what it was.
Oh, no. Oh, yes. I do know what you're talking about. Yeah, that is.
You know the person? Or
yes, I do.
Has that happened before?
I spent a little time with him when he got into town. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Were they both 6-figure hits? Or just under?
I met before the first hit happened.
Okay.
But we kind of knew the hits were going to come. When this fella's in town, we got to get ready.
Oh, nosebleeds. Big time.
Yeah, it's good. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of excitement.
Okay, excellent. That is all right. Phenomenal.
Enough coin in. That was more than the coin in on that same day of the D. More coin in than the entire casino in one day. This player.
Oh my God, that's impressive.
I thought if we're ever going to have,
what are we talking a push? Can you?
We're it's up there. I mean, what do those get up to? Like 1,250 or something?
Is that right?
Some of them get up that, but I think
video poker for sure.
But I thought we had a high chance of hitting the the $1 million, and now we got that $2 million progressive. So I thought, okay, it might hit this weekend.
Is there a bet to be made for a future in the American League? Your Tigers are only a game and a half back. Cleveland's only 2 back. Baltimore's only 3 back. Toronto, given up for dead, only 3.5 back. All these teams fighting it out for the third wild card. I mean, and your Tigers, the offense has been incredible.
Yeah, I was out to dinner with Nicole on Sunday. We go to dinner, nice place. With Nico's over at Durango.
Yeah.
And then afterward, we're kind of walking off the meal. I stumble into the sports book. I go, give me the odds on the American League for divisions. And the White Sox were like, what were they? Plus 120 or something. And then Cleveland was number 2. Tigers were plus 550. I go, plus 550. They got Melton. He's the best pitcher in baseball. They got Job's coming back.
Yep.
Job could be something.
Yeah.
They've got the best run differential in the American League. So I took the Tigers at plus 550 to win the Central. I thought there was some value there.
Down to 4-1.
It is down to 4-1?
Yeah.
No kidding.
3.5 back?
Yeah.
The White Sox can't win a road game.
Yeah. I mean, at a big series this week.
Huge.
Tigers have 6 games at home, 3 against Cleveland, 3 against Chicago.
That's right. Cleveland has your number for whatever reason. Okay, good. But this is just wild how many teams are in this, especially in the National League, too, with even you can't count out Miami and in San Diego fighting it out with Philly and Arizona for the other wild card.
Right.
Great.
Yeah, NL West is interesting, too.
Yes, it is.
Got a little more interesting. Obviously, Dodgers have such a massive lead, but it's sure interesting to see the Diamondbacks and the Padres.
But maybe they both get in. That's right. How about this? In all your years watching and covering sports and doing this at Circa, Dodgers, you're joined here $1.30 to win the National League. Minus 130 to win the NL.
I'd bet the field.
Yeah, I think you have to. Are they even going to get a top 2 seed? They've lost 8 or 9.
It's tough to win these series, and obviously the Dodgers are very clearly the heavy favorite. But they got better with Skubal, obviously. But yeah, minus 130 seems a little stiff to me.
That's outrageous. I know. Growing up, did you get into card collecting?
As a little kid, I did. I did as a little kid, where I loved it, and I was a Topps guy because I liked the bubble gum.
Yeah.
But I also lived in Detroit, so going across from Detroit, they had Fleer.
Yes.
So I was Fleer and Topps, and I collected, and scratched it off, and I got a few full sets put away. But my sets were not from the collecting perspective. They were trying to make sure I got all, from 1 to 560 or whatever it was, and all that. So I would say if I had to grade my cards today, they'd be mostly in okay condition. Nothing shabby, but nothing like grade A. My rookie cards, this will date me, was like Alan Trammell, Lou Whitaker, Dale Murphy, those type of cards.
Yeah.
That was probably not in the that's not where the sweet spot is, because card collecting now, the sweet spot's like probably 10 years older than that, or in the last 10 years, how it's just gone crazy with these limited drops and things like that. So,
have you been approached, or have you thought of getting in this and taking a look?
Yeah. I would tell you, I've learned a lot. Even though I wasn't very good at school, I'm a learning man.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot watching this Lucky Box.
That's
I'll
right.
tell you what.
Good point.
This Lucky Box, I see these other guys, like I see Barry from downtown. Barry, what are you doing? Oh man, I got to get one. I got one. He's up there. He's always got to get something. Like, I can't believe all these people that are very passionate collectors. It's very cool.
You could corner the market on a lot of this stuff. You have a lot more money than Kevin O'Leary. And if a Cooper Flag's going for $5 million, like if you can just buy up a certain amount of cards with one individual, and you can name your price then.
That's interesting. Kevin O'Leary's coming here in a couple weeks.
What's he doing?
He's going to do a seminar with John and Pete Najarian. We're going to have him on VSiN with you guys.
Yeah, Mr. Wonderful's coming.
Mr. Wonderful.
Oh, I'd love to talk to him.
Yeah.
He's all over this. He's buying all these. He got the Ohtani card.
Yeah.
For like $12 million. Right. He's out of his mind.
Yeah.
You could pick his brain about doing this.
I would. I enjoy Shark Tank.
Yes, it's excellent.
Yeah.
Isn't it something that Cuban, if you combine all the sharks, Cuban's worth more money than all of them combined?
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, he had the Mavericks. I mean, pretty good investment.
Good haul.
Yeah.
All right. Good to see you. Any predictions? Anything you want to promote?
No, just I'm happy about what's going on with the millions and all this. I would say if you're coming into town to sign up, make sure you book an appointment with your proxy, and make sure you book a hotel room. I know it's going to get tight.
No doubt. CircleLasVegas.com. Book your trip today. Get the NFL schedules online as well, and get in the contest. And we would love to interview Mr. Wonderful.
All
Kevin
right.
O'Leary, if you can set that up. Derek Stevens with the weekly visit. Get on down to Circa and have a great time. What we're betting in pocket coming up next. Try to make it 4 in a row in Major League Baseball. And the Moose had an easy winner as well. He's on a ton of NFL win totals. Straight ahead, follow the money. VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
To determine the winner of any given college basketball game.
Someone gives you 10,000 to 1 on anything. You take it. Take it. Take it.
I bet you $20 I can get you gambling before the end of the day. No way. I'll give you 3 to 1 odds. Nope. 5 to 1. Nope. 10 to 1. You're on.
Can the Rays go 9-0 on this road trip? 7-0 so far. Like them again tonight, but a winner last night. Fastball Freddie didn't have it again, but it was the offense that was awesome in the 8th inning and got to that Sacramento bullpen. That's the winner with the graded place. Titans money line, $1.50. This has moved significantly. There's 5s now. Thursday night in San Francisco. We got Levis. We got Trubisky. We got Salah, who's 10-3, career in the preseason against the Niner team. MASH unit, all the injuries. Long hair, don't care. A great prop at BetMGM. Notre Dame to have more wins than Miami. Minus 120, it's a three-way. November 7th, they're laying 7 at home against Miami. Giants under 7.5, I agree with Ralph. Guess we had on earlier. They'll be improved, but I think 6-7 wins. Best case scenario for the G-Men. Dolphins under 4.5, they're going to be awful. Brutal schedule and likely playing from behind a lot of games. All they have is Achane. And I know the coach said you're going to get a heavy dose of him. Longest touchdown from scrimmage at Caesars Will Hill, under 95.5 yards. And will a quarterback throw for 500 yards in a game? No, minus 115. Hasn't happened in 2 years. I think it's only happened 22 times by an NFL quarterback. The odds are with me on that one with a fun sweat that's also up at William Hill. This has since moved big time. It is over 50% at Kelce, 3 units on the Odyssey to win Best Picture. Again, the update, the Academy watched it in 70 millimeter, and one of the voters and Academy members walked out saying, good luck to everyone else who's releasing a movie. I concur. Penn State over 8.5 wins. Sixers under 51.5 wins. It's going to take a long time to gel. And like Frank Isola said, the deep Eastern Conference, no more tanking. There's no incentive to tank. So everyone's going for it now as well. Dylan Harper, most improved, and 6th man of the year, 10-1 and 7-1. And the new plays, got to back the Rangers again tonight. Playing good ball. They'd be a playoff team if it started today. They've won 5 of 6. The Angels are awful. Worst record in Major League Baseball. It's Ryan Johnson going tonight. Second worst ERA in MLB as well. And get busy living or get busy dying. Texas has got to take advantage of this. Angels, A's, Nats, Angels. That's the schedule coming up. Nick Martinez has been great. He did have one clunker 2 starts ago, but was awesome in his last start. And we're fading Barnett and the A's again, and Tampa should be able to get the bats going. And Martinez has been so good. $1.70 in that one. And Tank Dell at Caesars in Will Hill. We talked about comeback player of the year. Yeah. How you're wasting money on Donald, who's the 3rd or 4th choice to win it based on the new criteria they came out in 2024 after Flacco got it and they robbed Hamlin. Remember how graphic and gruesome that injury was, and players were crying on the field. Dell, 50-1, comeback player of the year. Good luck.
As far as the ones raid last night, we were all over late. We were celebrating the Malusis household late as he got that 8 spot late for the Tampa Bay Rays. So 16 runs went over the 10. Nice. Peralta wasn't terrible. He just wasn't brilliant for Tampa Bay. But we go over the number of 10, so that was one that grayed out and cashed last night. As far as those that are pending right now as we move ahead, there are a couple things. We hit upon it yesterday. Giants over the 7.5. Pauly and I are going to go head-to-head on this one. I'm going to think that they can get to 8 or 9 wins, and I like the Giants on Saturday against Minnesota. Tiger doesn't change his stripes. I would take the Giants over the Vikings in their first preseason game. I think Harbaugh wants to set a tone early on here. Give me the Jets over 5.5 wins. I think it's going to look a lot better. Geno Smith, Justin Fields, Reich is the offensive coordinator. It's going to look better offensively for the Jets. Give me over 5.5. I like the Rams over the 11.5 wins. Maybe they don't win 15 games this year, but I think they're going to win 12 or 13. Too talented, less injuries. Pauly and I are in agreement on this. I like the Atlanta Falcons. Positive coaching change with Kevin Stefanski taking over for Raheem Morris. I know they have massive questions at quarterback, but give me the over 6.5 wins for Bijan Robinson, the Atlanta Falcons. And then the Baltimore Ravens with Jesse Minter now as their head coach. I'm going to go under the 11.5. As far as plays for tonight, a lot of baseball when you look at it. Number one, I like the Mets tonight at plus 114 against the Atlanta Falcons, against the Atlanta Braves, the Atlanta Falcons, against the Atlanta Braves with Nolan McLean on the mound tonight for the New York Mets. They've been playing better, 6-1 in their last 7 games. Braves coming off kind of a little bit of a lost weekend against the Yankees. They lost last night against the New York Mets. Give me McLean. Starters matter. Give me McLean and the Mets with the way that they're vibing, plus 114 against the Bravos. We touched upon it earlier. I'm going to take the White Sox money line, minus $1.54 against the Cincinnati Reds. Positive pitching matchup there. Chicago's been really good at home this season. Going to go back to it, even though Martinez has been really good for the Tampa Bay Rays. I'm going to go over 10.5 out in Sacramento between the Rays and the Oakland and the Sacramento Athletics. And then as far as for comeback player of the year, I'm going to go Malik Neighbors, 12-1. Positive news, they didn't start training camp on the PUP list for the New York Giants. I think he's going to be there week 1 against the Dallas Cowboys. A lot of buzz around Isaiah Likely in Giants camp, how much he's going to be used in that offense, going to be a go-to guy for Jackson Dart. There's nobody, and I mean nobody, that has the skill set comparable to Malik Neighbors in that receiving room for the New York Giants. 12-1, new rules and all instituted in 2024. Give me Malik Neighbors, comeback player of the year in the National Football League at 12-1.
Sign up for VSiN Pro today. Get both our NFL and college football betting guides packed with team previews, power ratings, proven betting systems, and best bets from everyone, every host, every guest. Real-time betting splits, AI-powered prop projections, 24/7 video on the VSiN Watch app. The Matt Humans article is fire. Great job on the depth charts of every team NFL preseason. Also what transpired last year, week 1 preseason. Games averaged 45 points a game and some trends. Road dogs, 2.5 points or fewer. 75 and 38 ATS run. It's up there as well. And the Mackin and trends are so good with all these teams going back. Home road splits, streaks like Atlanta, 5 and 25 ATS run. Carolina, 1 and 8 ATS run. Houston, 15 and 3 under run. Do more of this Thursday and Friday on the show. Oh, it's excellent. And Dallas, 2 and 18 straight up on the road in the preseason. 7 straight overs at home. Check it out. Get it up there. Start today, just $9.99. Get a full year and save 50% with a VSiN Pro annual subscription. Head to VSiN.com/subscribe now. VSiN.com/subscribe now. You're killing me because I mentioned I had the 86 Jordan Fleer rookie. Forget that.
Yeah.
I had the whole freaking set. I got the whole set that I lost. God knows what that's worth. Most of the cards were mint. The Jordan was not. And then I had 3 Jordan Upper Deck rookies. Who knows? You moved so many times you lost them. But you never thought this stuff would be worth stuff. Would be worth this much money back in the day.
Wait,
and COVID changed everything. I mean, he's like yeah, go ahead.
But Pauly, I asked you the question. I go, when did you lose them? And you said anywhere between 2012 and 2015.
Yeah.
At that point in time, you knew the Jordan rookie was worth something.
So,
like you didn't lose it in 89. Like you lost it in 12 to 15. Like Jordan, greatest player of all time. You know that rookie's worth something. You know, this and that. I can't believe you lost it.
I had the Nick corner. I was Debbie Downer because I had a bad corner. The Cooper flag card was pulled last night in Rhode Island. Expected to go for $5 million. The Mavs put a bounty on the card that they offered 2 premium season tickets for 32 years, a game-worn flag jersey, a post-game photo with the star, a private photo shoot with the trophy, expenses paid, road trip to Boston, and more. I mean, I'll take the cash, especially if it's $5 million.
I would take the money.
Oh, my God, it's crazy. I can't believe what these cards are going for. We got to get Kevin O'Leary in a couple of weeks because he just spent $12 million on that Ohtani card.
Yeah, I mean, I would rather take the money. Give me the $5 million. The Dallas Mavericks can the seating, everything like that. 32 years. I'll take the $5 million in cash. That's fine. Even with all the experience, the meet and greet with Cooper Flag, the signed jersey, pictures, whatever it might be. Give me the cash.
Damn right. Mike Palm in studio tomorrow. Who knows? Every day there's something with the WNBA. Rough fouls, white privilege. It's out of control with what's going on in the WNBA. And also Pat Forty from Sports Illustrated on the program. Don't go anywhere. Tim Murray and Matt Humans are next. Jared Smith is on. Jeff Sherman, odds maker here at Circa. Dustin Sweetelson takes over, cashing out at 11 p.m. And tomorrow, start your morning with VSiN by the Books. Kicks things off at 7 a.m. Eastern. Great show. Good job by the crew. Moose, awesome. Great guests. Thanks to everyone. We'll be back tomorrow. Stay tuned. Keep it in. VSiN. Cash some tickets.